Thank you very much. I'm deeply honored to present this site on behalf of the International Association of Geomorphologists. Vajont landslide is one of the most emblematic and best researched large landslide worldwide, known for its peculiar dynamics and catastrophic effects. The site is located in the Vajont Valley, an east-west trend valley in the eastern Italian Alps, within the buffer zone of the Dolomites UNESCO World Heritage Site, about 100 kilometers north of Venice. This valley, which can be considered a typical alpine valley with the superimposition of forms and deposits of different origin, have been dammed several times after the LGM by landslide. Concerning the geological context, the east-west trend of the valley, of the Vajont Valley, is related to the presence of a south-verging asymmetric syncline, the so-called Erto syncline, which is part of a larger complex regional tectonic structure. Moreover, north-south minor faults and faults that affect the Erto syncline further complicated the geological setting of the area. In the valley, several landslide accumulation, different in age and size, are also present. Concerning the geological formation, the geological formation that outcrop in the valley, as well in the main surrounding mountain groups, range in age from upper Triassic to the middle Eocene, and are represented essentially by limestone and dolomites, occasionally interbedded with the thin layers of clays and marls that have represented a predisposing factor for the sliding processes of the Vajont landslide. As I told you, in the valley, several huge landslide accumulation are present, but certainly the most impressive one is that related to the event that occurred in October 1963, when a huge rock mass of about 270 millions of cubic meter fall down into the Vajont reservoir with a high velocity about 25 meters per second, and causing a water wave that overtop the dam and swept into the Piave river valley below. The dam, that at that time was the highest double arch dam in the world, suffer only minor damage, but this landslide caused great destruction and loss of life. In the picture, the tracks of the water wave on the slope of the valley are clearly visible, as well as a pond, about 40 meter deep pond, that have been excavated by the water impact on the alluvial deposit of the Piave riverbed. The first study for the first investigation for the construction of the dam started in the late 1920s, but it was only in the 1940s that the permission for a construction of a 200 meter high dam was obtained. After the war, the project was modified, and the new plan raised the total height of the dam to 261.60 meters. In 1960, the dam has been completed, and the level of the reservoir has reached its maximum elevation. But just 1 year before, in 1959, the left flank of the valley show instability phenomena, mainly related to the water variation level. And on the 1st November 1960, after a heavy rainfall, a landslide of about 800,000 cubic meter of rock fell down into the reservoir, causing a 2-meter high water wave. So it was decided to carry out further geological investigation. And in particular, two geologists, Eduardo Sementa, who was the son of the dam designer, and Franco Giudici, during their survey, discovered a highly fracturated zone about 1.5, extending about 1.5 along the left flank of the valley, corresponding to the terminal sliding plane of a paleo landslide. Nevertheless, the dam owner decided or concluded that a deep-seated landslide was very unlikely to occur, mainly because of the high quality of the in-situ rock masses as derived from the seismic survey and drilling. In this slide, the relationship between the main monitored parameters is represented. And it is important to notice the relationship between the rate of movement and the reservoir level. In particular, during the first day of October 1963, since the rate of movement highly increased, it was decided to draw down the level, the reservoir level, in order to minimize the displacement of the rock, of the mass of the slide. And in particular, the 9th of October 1963, the rate of movement reached a value of 1 meter per day. And in the same day, at 10:39 p.m., the landslide took place, and it took only 4 minutes to cover a distance of about 1,600 meters between the dam and Longarone village, located below in the Piave river valley. So this is the valley, the profile of the valley, and in particular of the left flank slope of the valley before and after. No, before? No. There is not the animation, so this is just the after slide. And while in this slide, the area affected by the water wave caused by the slide is represented. In particular, the water rose up to 200 meters and split then in two parts. A first part reached the first houses in Casso village at an altitude of about 950 meters, turning then to Erto, where some buildings were destroyed. But the other part of the water wave rose up 100 meters above the dam, channeled down into the narrow gorge, the narrow valley, Vajont Valley Gorge, and then plugging into the Longarone and other villages located in the Piave Valley below. So this slide, this landslide, really destroyed, was a very catastrophic event, and completely destroyed the Longarone village. On the left, the image of the Longarone before and after this catastrophic effect that caused more than 1,900 victims. So, concerning the scientific tradition, the Vajont landslide shows a long-standing scientific tradition. Studies of the valley, of the geology of the valley started in the late 1920s. In this slide, this is the dam designer, Carlo Sementa, and this is the famous geologist Dal Piaz. Since the occurrence of this landslide, many research investigations were undertaken, but nevertheless, the Vajont disaster remains of great scientific interest. Many contradictory statements and conclusions remain in literature, and these objects are evident in the continued publication that scientific publication, continuing publication of scientific papers. More recently, in recent times, many projects, both scientific and social, such as students' workshop, conferences, guided tours, involving both national and international university and research centers, as well as institutions and local associations, have been established and have been promoted. In particular, a couple of museums, one in Longarone and one in Erto Casso, can be visited, and they collect films, finds, documents, historical images of this catastrophic event. So finally, what are the main arguments for the IUGS recognition? First of all, the Vajont landslide have a unique scientific importance, representing a turning point in the technical scientific knowledge of the landslide. Promoting the landslide as a geosite or as a geomorphosite could improve and extend in time the risk perception of such catastrophic phenomena at local and wider level. The extensive and panoramic scar visible from a distance, the huge landslide body and the dam of the Vajont Valley stand as a reminder of landslide can be heavily conditioned by anthropic action. Thank you very much. Grazie.